Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to the Cruise News. Today we're going to start off talking about Princess Cruise Lines. Now, Princess Cruise Lines, they have announced that they are also going to be releasing a new vegan menu on board their cruise ships. Now, they're owned by Carnival Corporation. We've recently seen Carnival Cruise Lines rolling out their new vegan menus, so no surprise it's kind of moving to the other cruise lines within the Carnival Corporation. It's gone to Princess, and now vegan menus will be available on board. Now, you can pre-request vegan options before you even board the ship. You can do it through your travel agent. You can call Princess. You can do it on the cruise personalizer, or you can wait and even do it once you embark the ship. Now, these vegan menus will be offered in the main dining room nightly, and you're going to have your starters, your salads, your soups, your pasta, your main dish options. So you're going to have all of the vegan choices. And if you're a fan of vegan food, even if you're not vegan, but you just like to enjoy or maybe try some of those dishes, as soon as I have the menus, I will release those menus out so everybody can take a look at Princess's new vegan food options. Now, Holland America, they say they've completed about half of their ships as far as putting the SpaceX Starlink internet on board. If you've had a chance to use the Starlink internet, especially while on a cruise ship, you know it works a lot better than a lot of the previous choices that we've had. It's a lot faster, allows better communication, better streaming, more people can be on there. It's just a whole better deal when it's working. I've been on some ships with the Starlink and it's still not great, but for the most part, it's definitely better than anything we've had before. So Holland America's finished about half of their fleet. They said the remainder of the fleet should be done by about mid-December here in 2023. So if you have an upcoming Holland America cruise looking to get the internet package, there's a pretty good chance you're going to have Starlink on your next cruise. And finally, we're going to talk about Carnival Cruise Lines because, I don't know, they said one thing over here that was positive, and then they said one thing over here that was kind of negative or could be taken negatively. And these two things, in my opinion, they really clash with each other. So recently, Carnival has released their third quarter profit statement. They talked about how much revenue they brought in, how much their expenses were, how much debt they paid off, and how much profit they had, when it was all said and done, basically the money they were able to put in their pockets. Now, this was just for the third quarter. So for the third quarter, they said they made a little over $6 billion in revenue. Okay, now that's bookings, that's expenses on board the ship, basically what, as passengers, what we paid the cruise lines. $6 billion. Now, they don't get to keep all that. Out of that has to come all of their operating expenses, and then of course they have to pay back some of the debt they owe that they incurred over the cruise shutdown. So they did all that. Now, whatever is left over, that's their profit, and that was a little over $1 billion. So $1 billion of profit in just the third quarter. Think about that next time the cruise line tells you, well, we need to cut this service from you. We need to reduce this from you. We got to raise the rates on you for this. Inflation, cost of this, cost of that, as they put $1 billion in your pocket. But that's not the bad over here that I'm talking about. President and the CEO of Carnival Cruise Lines during that same third quarter, report also said, well, the possibility of fuel surcharges, well, that's not off the table. And if you're not familiar with the fuel surcharge, that means if fuel gets to a certain price or above a set amount that Carnival has set, then at that point they start charging you as a passenger a fuel surcharge. Now, even by the cruise contract, you could be on your cruise and they could add a fuel surcharge to your onboard sign and sail account, and boom, you suddenly could owe more money while you're on board the ship. Now, cruise lines do not normally do that. That's not a normal practice, because can you imagine the outcry and the anger that people would, present to Carnival if they got on their cruise, their dream vacation, and suddenly Carnival's like, well, gas prices went up, here's an extra bill for you, after you've already paid for your cruise. That would not go over very well at all. But I have to wonder the wisdom of saying in one sentence, hey, we just put $1 billion in our pockets, but passengers just know there's always the possibility we're going to charge you for gas. Not real sure that those two things should have even been in the same conversation. You guys will have to let me know what you think, because I think if you're going to say I made $1 billion, but hey, I may have to charge you for something else, I don't know that that necessarily presents the best image from a company. I know businesses are about making money. I know they're about taking care of their, shareholders, but still, in the same conversation, probably not a good idea. Now, I do want to clarify, Carnival has not said that they are going to be doing these fuel surcharges. They did not say that they are coming, they are happening, anything like that. They just said they're not off of the table, that if fuel prices go up, that's something that they may consider. So don't anybody get it twisted and think you're going to get charged for fuel on your next cruise. That's not what Carnival said. They only said it is a possibility. I just don't think you should come out and say it's a possibility right in the sentence after you said, we just put $1 billion in our pocket. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about the possibility of fuel surcharges from a company that just made record profits for 1 quarter, mind you. That's only for 3 months. And that's going to be our video today for the cruise news. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.